Hey, okay. Hello, everybody. This is Bulldog. Thank you for tuning in or watching this, whether if you're on the um, YouTube stream or if you're on the Podbeam stream. I appreciate you guys tuning in. And tonight, um, well, we live in this great country of ours, and quite honestly, I never dreamed that I would have to face the prospect of not living in the United States of America, at least not the one that I've known all my life. I've never wished to live anywhere else. This is my home, and I feel very privileged to have been born here. One day, about a year ago, I woke up and as I was having my morning coffee, I realized that everything was about to change. No matter how I voted, no matter what I said, something evil has invaded our nation and our lives are never going to be the same. Now, and in that, I've been confused by the hostility of family and friends as I look around at different people's lives, my own also, and I look at people I've known all my life, and they're so hate filled that they agree with opinions that they would never express as their own. It's like we've entered the Twilight Zone. Now, we've become a nation that has completely lost its collective mind. Um, we, you can't you can't justify the insanity as where we're at right now. If a guy pretends to be a woman, you're required to pretend with him. Uh, Somehow it's un-American for the census program to count how many Americans are actually in America. Russian influences our elections are bad, but illegal voting in our elections are good. It was cool for Joe Biden to blackmail the president of Ukraine, but it's an impeachable offense if Donald Trump inquires about it. 20-year-olds are too young to drink, but 18-year-olds are old enough to vote, and 17-year-olds are old enough to join the military. Uh, people who people who never owned slaves should pay slavery reparation to people who have never been slaves. Nobody in my lifetime uh, owned slaves and or has been a slave. People who have never been to college or, or should pay the debts of college students who took out huge loans for their degrees. Immigrants with tuberculosis and polio are welcome into our country, but you'd better be able to prove that your dog is vaccinated. That's how crazy this is. Irish doctors and German engineers who want to immigrate over here to the U.S. must go through a rigorous vetting process. But any illiterate gangbangers who jump the southern fence are welcome. $5 billion for border security is too expensive. $1.5 trillion for free healthcare is not. If you cheat to get into college, you go to prison. But if you cheat to get into the country, you get to go to college for free. Uh, People who say that there's no such thing as gender are demanding a female president. See how ironic that is? We see other countries that are who are going to socialists or turning into socialists, and they're collapsing. But somehow it seems like a great plan to us. Some people are held responsible for things that happened before they were born. And other people are not being held responsible for what they're doing right now. Criminals are caught and released to go out and hurt more people. But stopping them is bad because it's a violation of their rights. Now, pointing out all this hypocrisy somehow makes us racist. Now, nothing makes sense anymore. There's no values, no morals, and no civility. People are dying of a Chinese virus, but it's racist to refer to it as Chinese, even though it came from China. We're clearly living in an upside down world here, where right is wrong, wrong is right, where moral is immoral, immoral is moral, where good is evil, evil is good, where killing murderers is wrong, but killing unborn babies is A-okay. Wake up, America. The great unsinkable ship, Titanic America, has hit an iceberg and it's taken on water and sinking fast. It's time to speak up. Let's plug up the hole. Get out and vote in the midterms. Taking our country back starts in less than 4.5 weeks, or in less than 4 weeks, actually, on November 8th. This is Bulldog. Thank you for coming in.